Last time we have seen question tags. Today we are going to see the topic from grammar, which is very useful and important in our day to day life while speaking English, writing, reading, everywhere it is useful. If you want to speak English properly, grammatically correct, then it is very useful. Today we are going to see tenses from grammar, and I think you all know that tenses, it covers 50% of grammar in English. It is very important to frame a to frame a sentence grammatically correct. To speak a sentence correct, you must learn tenses properly. So today we are going to see tenses. I think you all know that total there are three main tenses. All of you have learnt up to now that total there are three main tenses. The name of these three tenses are present tense, past tense, and future tense. These are three main tenses. Present tense means the tense which is going on now. Today it is present tense. Now our lecture is going on, it is present tense. Past tense, it means the thing, the action which is completed, which has taken place before some time, or yesterday was past tense. Yesterday is a past tense. And future tense means the action which will happen in future. Tomorrow is a future tense. Today is present tense, yesterday is past tense, tomorrow is future tense. So these are three main tenses. Now you all know that there are four subtenses in each tense. So total there are 12 subtenses. In each tense there are four subtenses. Now the name of these subtenses are, first of all, simple present tense, continuous present tense, perfect present tense, and perfect continuous present tense. Simple past tense, continuous past tense, perfect past tense, and perfect continuous past tense. Simple future tense, continuous future tense, perfect future tense, and perfect continuous future tense. Now, to make it easy, last time also I had told you that learning grammar is very easy, but you should learn with some tricks, and only then you can remember it properly. So to learn them properly, to remember them properly, see, what you have to do is, I have written name of these four subtenses. First is simple, second is continuous. See the spelling properly. Some students, they make mistake here while writing continuous. Spelling of continuous, C-O-N-T-I-N-U-O-U-S, N-U-O-U-S, continuous. Third is perfect tense, and fourth tense, it is addition of these tense, second and third. Addition of second and third, it is perfect continuous. Perfect continuous tense. So this is fourth tense. So if you will remember these four names, it is enough. Simple, continuous, perfect, and addition of second and third, that is perfect continuous. Now what you have to do is, you have to add these names one by one to these three main tenses, that is simple present tense, continuous present tense, perfect present tense, perfect continuous present tense. So these are four subtenses of present tense. So in this way you have to remember the name of these subtenses: simple past tense, continuous past tense, perfect past tense and perfect continuous past tense. Simple future tense, continuous future tense, perfect future tense and perfect continuous future tense. This continuous tense, it is also called as progressive tense. It is also called as progressive tense. Same it is, continuous tense and progressive tense. It is same. So just you have to remember these four names and then you can write the names of all these four sub tenses. No need to remember separately four names, means simple present tense, continuous present tense and perfect present tense, perfect continuous present tense, like this. Separately it is difficult to buy four names. That's why you should remember this and then you have to add one by one to four times to this tense, four times to this and four times to this. That is simple present, continuous present, perfect continuous present. Just like that, past tense and future tense. So these are names of these four subtenses. Total it will become 12 tenses. Now we are going to see these tenses structure and how they are formed, how they are written, how they are used. Everything we are going to see in detail and in a very easiest way. In a very easiest way we are going to see that. Okay. See all of you. Now what I am going to do is, see, first of all I will draw a table here. Okay, I have drawn a table here. Now in this, see, present tense, then second one is past tense and last one is future tense. See all of you. Present tense, past tense, future tense. Now, as I have told you earlier, first tense is simple tense, simple present. Okay, simple present, simple past and simple future. So simple present, simple past, simple future. Same, simple. Second tense is continuous tense. Second tense is continuous tense. Continuous present, continuous past and continuous future tense. Third tense is perfect tense. Perfect present, perfect past and perfect future. And last tense is addition of this second and third, that is perfect continuous tense. See, I am writing the name. Perfect continuous. So you will see that there are four columns in each section. Present tense 1, 2, 3, 4. Simple present, continuous present, perfect present and perfect continuous present. Same here, same like that. See, simple past tense, continuous past tense, perfect past tense and perfect continuous past tense. Simple future tense, continuous future tense, perfect continuous, perfect future tense and perfect continuous future tense. So I have made a table chart here. You have to remember this chart to learn the grammar very easily. Understood? If you learn this, you will learn easily. And if you learn tenses one by one, single one, for example, simple present tense first, after that second, third, like this, it is very difficult. And now how I am teaching, it is just a trick to remember all tenses at a time. You will compare each other so that it will be easy for you to learn, to by heart, and to use them in your own language. Okay. Now, first tense we are going to start with is a simple present tense. Before that, before we will start tenses, the one thing I want to tell you, the important thing you should remember that you should remember verb. You should remember for verb. Now, last time in the last lecture, I had told you about helping verb. Okay, you have to focus here in tenses. You have to focus on the forms of to be. That is 8 helping verbs: is, am, are, was, were, have, has, had, and shall, will. These helping verbs are important here. And the other thing is verbs. That is main verb. Main verb means the verb which shows action. That is, for example, eat. For example, go. Even if you pronounce one word, you understand the meaning of that word. That is, go means you understand. Come means you understand. There is action in this word. Sit, eat, dance, write, play, by heart, learn, watch. All these are main verbs. So you have to remember these verbs because in tense, verb is very, very important. When verb changes, automatically the tense changes. Understood? Subject and object, it remains same. There is no change in subject and object. Only you have to focus on verb. When you change the helping verb and verb, automatically the tense changes. That's why you have to focus on verb. Verb is very, very important part in tenses. Understood? And related to verb, the important thing is you should know all 3 forms of verbs. That is V1, V2, and V3. You should know the forms of verbs. V1 means V1 means first form of the verb. That is infinitive form. Infinitive form of the verb. That it is called as V1. First form of the verb. V2 is past tense form of the verb. Past tense form of the verb. And V3, it is past participle. Past participle form of the verb. That is V3. It is verb PP. We called it as verb PP, means past participle. V2 means past tense. And V1 means verb infinitive form. For example, I'll tell you. For example, go. Go is infinitive form. Okay. Past tense is went. And past participle is gone. Third form. Go, went, and gone. This is infinitive form, this is past tense form, and this is past participle form. For example, eat. Eat. Eat is infinitive form. Infinitive form, it is first form of verb. No, no, you should not add anything to that. It is as it is, first form of the verb. Okay. That's why it is called as infinitive form. Eat, past tense is ate, and third past participle is eaten. Eat, ate, eaten. For example, write, wrote, written. This is first form, second form, and third form of that verb. Okay. Even, for example, play. Play, P-L-A-Y, play. Play. This is first form, play. Second form is played, P-L-A-Y-E-D, played. And third form is also played, same. Here, second and third form, V2 and V3 is same, played. Play, played, played. So this, the verbs which has second and third form same, it is called as regular verb. And when the form changes in second and third form, V2 and V3 is different, it is called as irregular verb. Okay, for example, go, went, gone. Second form is different, third form is different. It is called as irregular form. This verb is called as irregular verb. Okay. For example, eat, ate, eaten. It is called as irregular verb. And this verb, for example, play, played, and played. Second and third form is same. It is called as regular verb. Understood, all of you? Now, after this, V1, V2, V3. This you should remember. You should know this. V1, V2, V3. After that, we will come to tenses. So, first tense is simple present tense. And in simple present tense, the basic structure of English is used. Basic structure of sentence is used in simple present tense. That is subject, verb, object, subject, verb, object. This is basic structure of English. In Marathi, it is in Marathi, object comes uh, first, verb comes in the end. For example, subject, object, verb. For example, if in English I eat a mango, I eat a mango sentence. I eat a mango. I is subject, it is verb, a mango is object. But in Marathi, same sentence, I eat a mango, we say that मी आंबा खातो. Means I means me, eat means khato, and amba means mango, it comes second. Me amba khato, verb comes in the end. Understood? So this is the difference of sentence pattern in Marathi and in English. Understood? So in English, the basic pattern structure of the sentence is subject, verb, object. And here in simple present tense, first form of the verb V1 is used. You have to see here, you have to focus here. Subject, verb, object, V1 is used. Okay. And depending on the subject, yes or es is used to the subject. For example, see, we'll take one sentence. Simple sentence, easy sentence we'll take. I eat a mango. This is simple present tense. I eat a mango. Suppose if we will change the subject, he, instead of first person, if we will take he, third person, he, it will become he eats a mango. It will become he eats a mango. Now there is one thing, when to add es and when to add es to the main verb. See, I repeat, when to add es and when to add es to the main verb. For example, he eats a mango. We are adding yes here, eats. We will not add es. E-A-T-E-S, it will not become, it will be wrong. So, for this, there is one rule. There is one rule, that is, when the verb ends with S, SH, CH, X, and O. If the main verb ends with these 5 letters, S, SH, CH, X, and O, at that time you have to add ES to the main verb, and when the verb ends with any other letter, you have to add yes. For example, eat. T is not here in this letter, that's why it will become eats. Suppose there is one verb, that is watch, W-A-T-C-H, watch, to watch, to watch, W-A-T-C-H, watch. This verb watch, ch, it ends with ch. So at that time we will add es to that. For example, he watches TV. It will not become he watches TV. It will become he watches TV. We have to add es to that verb depending on this rule. For example, catch, C-A-T-C-H, catch. Okay, catch. Sachin catches a ball like this. Okay, C-H-E-S, catches. It will become catches. So because uh, the word ends with ch. Understood? Go, for example, go. Geo, go. The verb ends with O. That's why we have to add he goes to school. G-O-E-S it will become. It will become E-S. We have to add E-S to the verb because ends with O. So, you have to remember these 5 letters. Yes, S-H, C-H, X, and O. If the verb ends with these 5 letters, you have to add ES to that. Okay, depending on the third person subject. So, here it will become he eats a mango. I eat a mango. For first person, there is no conjunction. Yes, yes, nothing is there. Understood? That's why you have to use I eat a mango. This is a simple present tense. Now, the important thing is use of simple present tense. When to use simple present tense? The use of simple present tense is to show daily routine work, to show your habitual things. For example, I go to school, I read newspaper, I watch TV, I play cricket, okay, I use mobile. These are your routine things. Okay, I read newspaper, I go for walk. When you do something routine, habitual thing, habitual work, at that time you have to use simple present tense. To show your habitual thing, simple present tense is used. Okay, then to show universal truth, simple present tense is used. Universal truth means what? Universal truth means In past also it was same, today also it is same, in future also it is going to be same. It is not going to change. There will be no change in that. For example, the sun rises in the east. The sun rises in the east. In past also, before so many years, thousands of years, sun was rising from east. Today also it rises from east. In future also it is going to rise from east. It is called as universal truth. Understood, all of you? So to show universal truth, to show your routine work, habitual work, what you do daily, to show that simple present tense is used. Understood, all of you? Use of simple present tense. That is subject V1 object. Structure of this is simple present tense, subject V1 object. Very, very easy it is to remember this. Now after this, second tense is continuous tense. Continuous tense. Now remember that continuous means what? Continuous means action is going on. Action is going on. So here you have to remember one thing. Everywhere in continuous tense, verb ing is used. Verb ing is used. Everywhere. Verb ing. Continuous means verb ing. Always fit in your mind. Continuous means verb ing. Verb ing means what? Action is going on. For example, going, writing, playing, eating. Here, what are you doing? You will say, I am eating. Means what? Action is going on. Action is going on. Eating means action is still not completed. Action is going on. When you add ing to the verb, it means it shows that action is continue. Action is continuous. Action is going on. So always you should remember that continuous tense means verb ing. Always verb ing is added to the verb in continuous tense. So the structure will be like this: subject, verb ing plus object. So here instead of V1 we have taken verb ing because action is going on. Action is continuous. Now you have to focus. Only you have to remember the helping verbs are am, is, are. These helping verbs you have to remember. In continuous present tense, helping verbs which are used are am, is, are. Now all these helping verbs am, is, are, they are same. They have same meaning. There is no difference in that. Okay. Only they are used according to the subject. For example, if you will use I, you will take I am. Okay. If you will use he is. If the subject is plural, they, we, they are, we are. So depending on the subject, you will take am, is, are. Understood? Am, is, are. Otherwise, these are helping verbs. It doesn't have any meaning. It is same. Am, is, are. It is one. Same it is. Understood? So only you have to focus on subject. I am, he is, we are, like this. So here, because we have taken I, you will take I am. I am. Okay. Now eat. Verb is eat. And we have to add ing to the verb. It will become eating. I am eating. I am eating. Object will be same. Object will be same. It is same as it is. Subject and object it doesn't changes. It remains same. Same. You to change the tense, it means to change the verb. Only when you change the verb, automatically the tense changes. Understood, all of you? It is very easy. Students think that tenses are very difficult, but it is not. It is very, very easy. Only you should learn by tricks. You should understand. You should remember some tricks to that. Okay. Now, third tense is perfect tense. Two tenses we have learned. Third tense is perfect tense. Actually, perfect tense, it is a part of past tense only, because in perfect tense, action is completed. Action is completed in perfect tense. So, just like verb ing here, you should remember that in perfect tense, V3, that is verb past participle, V3, past participle of the verb is used everywhere. So, just like continuous means verb ing, perfect means V3. Verb PP, you should remember this. Fit in your mind. Perfect tense means verb PP. Verb PP. V3 means perfect tense. So whenever V3 you will see, you should remember that it is perfect tense. So see the structure: subject, V3, object. That is verb PP plus object. Subject, verb PP plus object. Now only you have to see helping verbs here. Have, had. The helping verbs which are used in the helping verbs which are used in uh, perfect present tense are have, had, depending on the subject. For example, I have, we have, you have, they have. And for third person, he, she, it. He has, she has, it has. You will take has. You have to use has. And suppose there is any name, for example, Rahul has, Mithun has, Sumit has. Like this, you have to take has. Otherwise, you have to take have. So here we'll take I have. And third form of eat, eat, eating. And third form of eat is eaten. Eat, ate, eaten. I have eaten a mango. This is perfect present tense. I have eaten a mango. Now here you will see that in this sentence you will see that action is completed before some time. For example, eat, ate, just it is finished. Second verb. And eaten means long time it is finished. So perfect tense is, it is a part of past tense only. So remember that third form of eat, it is eaten. It will be used here. V3, past participle of the verb. It is used here. Now fourth tense is perfect continuous tense. Perfect continuous tense. Now as I have told you that when I was writing the names of the tenses, at that time I told you that fourth tense, perfect continuous tense, it is addition of second and third, that is continuous and perfect. Perfect and continuous tense. You have to add these tense and you have to frame this formula. It is, you have to use this tense. How to add? Now how to add? See, there is one trick for that. What is that trick? Continuous tense. Already I told you that continuous means verb ing, means action is going on, means continuous means verb ing. And perfect means action is completed. So here you have to show that action is completed also and it is repeated again. It is going on also. And that is use of this perfect continuous tense. First of all, I will tell you about formula and then I will tell you use. See how to frame this formula. First of all, see subject, object. It is same. Subject and object is same. Now you have to add these two tenses. Okay. Now how to add? You should see from up, down to up. Helping verb you should take here same. Have, has. See, helping verb you have, when you have taken same, have as same helping verbs you have taken. It means that you have taken perfect tense here and verb ing. Continuous means verb ing. Continuous means verb ing. Verb ing. To show continuous tense, verb ing we have taken here same. So we have added these two tenses. See, have, has, helping verbs we have taken same. Continuous form of verb we have taken same. So have, has, verb ing. We have made, we have added these two tenses and formed this fourth tense, that is perfect continuous. The only change, the important thing is you should focus here is been. Been, B-double-E-N, been. Whenever you see been in a sentence, I repeat, whenever you see been in a sentence, at that time you should understand that it is fourth tense, that is perfect continuous tense. Been shows perfect continuous tense. Understood? So see, subject, have, has, been, verb ing plus object. So the sentence here, see, I eat a mango, I am eating a mango, I have eaten a mango, and here I have been, verb ing is eating, object is a mango. Sentence will be same. I have been eating a mango. This will become perfect continuous tense. I have been eating a mango. Understood all of you? Now I'll tell you use. What is use of this perfect continuous tense? In the beginning I told you that perfect means past tense, means action is completed, and continuous means action is going on. So here to show time period, this perfect continuous tense is used. For example, action is completed and is going on. For example, say, I am going to school. Means what? You are going to school. Single action in continuous tense. I am eating a mango means single action. I am eating a mango. I am going to school. Single action. You are going to school once. And here, I have been eating a mango. I have been going to school. I have been going to school since 2 months, since 4 years, since 10 years. Means from 10 years you go to school. Since your primary you are going. It doesn't mean that you are going and you did not reach to school. It says that you went to school and you return home again. You come back again. You go to school, you come back again. Again next day, again you go, again you come, again you go. So here action is completed, again repeated, completed, repeated, completed, repeated. So to show that perfect continuous tense is used. Understood all of you? Here in continuous tense, to show single action, I am going to school, single. Still you did not reach, you have not reached, you are going to school. And here I have been going to school since 2 months, since last year in this school, or since 10 years. So you are going to school and continuously you are learning in school. So to show repeated action which is completed, perfect continuous tense is used. Did you understand? I hope you have understood present tense. Okay, so these are 4 tenses of present tense. Now we'll come to second tense, that is past tense. Now see, it is very easy. Here in simple past tense, subject, verb, object. Just like subject V1 object. Here in simple past tense, subject V2 object. In a simple present tense, V1 is used, and in simple past tense, V2 is used. And remember one thing, always remember that only in simple past tense, V2 is used. In not in means nowhere in other tenses, means in not in these 11 tenses, nowhere in these 11 tenses V2 is used. Only in simple past tense, second form of verb is used. That is V2 is used. Simple past tense is used. So here I eat a mango. Subject and object will be same. I is subject, mango is object. Only you have to change verb. When you change the verb, automatically tense changes. So eat is the first form. Second form of eat is ate. A-T-E, ate. Ate. I ate a mango. This is simple past tense. Okay. Now we will come to continuous past tense, second tense. That is continuous. Already I subject and object will be same. Already I told you that continuous means verb ing. Everywhere action is going on. Now you have to remember this. Means verb ing will be same here. Verb ing, subject verb ing, subject verb ing object, subject verb ing object. Only the difference is of am is are in present tense and in past tense was, where. W-E-R-E, W-E-R-E, not W-H-E-R-E, W-E-R-E was where. See, easily you can compare and easily you can remember subject verb ing, subject verb ing. Only in present tense am is are, in past tense was where. Was where shows past tense, am is are shows present tense, was where. Understood? Subject was where, verb ing. Now when to use was, when to use where. For example, I was. For plural, we, you, they, we were, you were, they were. You have to use were. And for singular, I was, he was, she was, it was, like this. I was. Eat ing to the verb. I was eating a mango. Here, see, for example, I am eating a mango. Action is going on now. And I was eating a mango. Action was going on. For example, see, your friend had visited your home and he did not find you. He was out. For example, yesterday I came to your home. Yesterday, suppose I came to your home and I said, Arey, yesterday I had come to your home. I did not see you. Where were you? I did not see you. Where were you? The student, my student, he will say, Sir, I was playing. Means at that time, yesterday in past tense, which action was going on at that time? To show that I was playing, I was eating. I had called you yesterday. What were you doing? I was reading, I was studying at that time. Means for example, at 8 o'clock yesterday, I was studying, like this. To show past action, which was going on continuous at that time, the action which was going on continue. To show that you have to use continuous past tense. I hope you have understood this. Third tense is perfect tense. Okay, perfect past tense. Now, already I told you that perfect tense means V3, that is past participle. V3 means past participle. Everywhere in perfect tense you have to use past participle. Subject and object will be same. With comparison, if you will compare and study, it is very easy to remember. Subject V3 object, subject V3 object, verb past participle plus object, same it is. V3 and past participle is same. Now only in present tense have, has, and in past tense the helping verb which is used is had. Only one, had. Had shows past tense, have has shows present tense, and had shows past tense. So subject plus had plus V3 plus object. So sentence will be here, I have eaten a mango. Here it will become I had eaten a mango. I have eaten a mango. It will become I had eaten a mango. It is perfect past tense. Now fourth tense is perfect continuous tense. Just like you have added the second and third, means perfect and continuous. Same you have to add here perfect continuous. Helping verb you have to take from perfect tense, and verb ing from this tense, and been you have to add, and then it will become perfect continuous past tense, that or past perfect continuous tense. For example, subject object is the same, object subject and object is same. See, had, I have taken same helping verb. Same helping verb have has you have taken here. Same in past tense which was helping verb. Had is helping verb. Same helping verb I am taking here, which was here had, because you have to add these two tenses. Perfect continuous. Okay, had and then verb ing. Verb ing. Only you should take is been. Everywhere you have to see, you will see been. You have to take been. Already I told you that been shows the fourth tense. Been means perfect continuous tense. From been you should remember that it is perfect continuous tense. Okay, there are some tricks which I am under highlighting here, which you have to focus, you have to remember. Only then you will learn easily. Okay, I had been eating a mango. See here sentence, I had been eating a mango. This is fourth tense, past tense. So these four tenses are of past tense. I hope you have understood past tense. Okay. Now last tense is, we'll see which we are going to see is future tense. Future tense. Okay. Now first of all we'll start from simple future tense. The first tense is, see, simple future tense. Now in future tense, it is very easy to understand future tense, because see, there is one trick to remember future tense is shall will. Shall or will. Shall will shows future tense. For example, I shall come tomorrow. He will play. He will play a song tomorrow. Okay. So shall will shows prediction. What may happen, what will happen if you in future. Okay. To show that shall will is used. So easiest way to understand future tense is to remember future tense is shall will. Wherever you will see shall will in any sentence, when you see shall will in any sentence, at that time you should find out that it is in future tense. It is in future tense. So shall will shows the future tense. Now present simple future, it is V1 verb first form V1. Now see here, one more thing I'll tell you. In simple present also subject V1 object, and in future also subject V1 object. V1 first form of the verb is used. But the difference is here in simple present tense, in simple present tense before the verb V1, before V1 there is no helping verb. No verb. Direct I eat. Subject and object verb is taken. Here you will see that before verb helping verb shall will is used here. Before verb shall will is used. That is the difference between simple present and simple future. That is, I eat a mango, and here I shall eat a mango. I shall eat a mango. I shall eat a mango. Okay, for I and we you have to use shall, and for other pronouns, that is he, she, it, they, etc., you have to use will. Understood all of you? Now second tense is continuous future tense. Already I told you that verb ing will be same. Continuous means verb ing. Continuous means verb ing. That is subject, verb ing, object. Subject, verb ing, object. Subject, verb ing, object. Same it is. Structure is same. See here, subject, verb ing, subject, verb ing, subject, verb ing. Only helping verb in present tense am, is, are. In past tense was, were, and in future tense shall. Shall, will. Only the addition is be. B-E-B. Addition is be. Shall be or will be. Shall be or will be. Shall be, will be, verb ing, object. This is the difference. Shall will is same everywhere. In all four tenses, you will see shall will, shall will, shall will, shall will, shall will. Same will be there. Only here it is be. Shall be will be verb ing. That is, I am eating a mango. I was eating a mango. I shall be. I shall be eating a mango. I shall be eating a mango. Like this. I shall be eating a mango. Now third tense is perfect tense. Already I told you that perfect tense means V3. Subject V3 object. Subject V3 object. Same here. Subject V3 object. Subject V3 object. Subject V3 object. That is verb past participle plus object. Here again same. Shall will is same. Shall will is same. Now here you have taken be. Here you have to take have. Only that is the difference. Subject shall will V3 object. Subject shall V3 object. Subject V3 object. Subject V3 object. Shall will, everywhere shall will be there in future tense. Have. Here the difference is only have. Shall have, will have. Shall have or will have. The sentence will be like this. I shall have. Third form is here. I eaten. Okay. Third form is eaten. Eaten a mango. I shall have eaten a mango. I shall have eaten a mango. This is third form. Okay. Future perfect tense. Now last tense is I will come to the last point now. Last tense is addition of again second and third. Just as we have added these tenses, helping verb and verb ing, helping verb and verb ing, we have to add this helping verb ing. Same addition of the second and third. That is subject and object will be same. Subject and object will be same. See, shall will. Already I told you that in future tense everywhere shall will, shall will, shall will, shall will. Shall will shows future tense. Shall will be there. Verb ing. Okay, have. See, shall will have. Helping verbs we have taken same. Verb ing we have taken from this tense to add perfect continuous. Perfect tense to show that we have taken helping verb. Same helping verb shall have, will have. Verb ing only here is been. Been. Been plus verb ing. See, everywhere been, been, been means in all tenses, in fourth tense, perfect continuous tense, everywhere there is been, 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 been. Sentence will be I shall have been eating a mango. So here we have completed this fourth tense, that is future tense. So I hope you have understood all the 12 tenses. If you will learn these tenses according to this, by comparing each other, it will be easy for you. If you learn tenses one by one, you have to by that and again you will forget, you will confuse. It is very difficult. But if once you will focus here, you will understand, and once this will go in your head, this chart, always you can visualize and anywhere you can use. Understood all of you? So this is simple present tense, simple past tense, simple future tense. Subject V1 object, subject V2 object, subject V1 object. Okay. See present tense. Subject V1 object. Am is are verb ing. Was were verb ing. Shall be will be verb ing. In continuous tense verb ing, verb ing, verb ing. Only helping verb am is are, was were, shall be, will be. Perfect tense. Subject V3 object, subject V3 object, subject V3 object. Only in present tense have, has, in past tense had, and in future tense have, shall have, will have. And again in fourth tense, subject verb ing, subject verb ing, verb ing. Here helping verb we have taken same, have, has, only have to add been. Had we have taken same, only have to add been. Have, had been verb ing. Here shall have, will have, only have to add been. Verb ing you have taken same. Okay, and you will see that only in simple past tense V2 is taken. So here we have completed the all 12 tenses. I hope you have understood these tenses. I'll wind up here with these tenses. Understood all of you? Madam? Hello? Hello? Madam, shall I stop?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. You can wind up. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
madam.
sir. Thank you, students.
Thank you. Thank you.